Hi students, today our topic is about data warehouse architecture. Architecture, what do you mean by architecture? Architecture is the art and science of designing. We can define architecture as the way of designing a particular thing. Here in data warehouse architecture, the architecture means the various components of data warehouse architecture are arranged. How the various components, we already discussed about components of data warehouse architecture. Components means we have internal and external sources. Previously we have discussed about that. And we have in data staging area extraction, transformation and loading, and finally we have data accessing tools like OLAP and OLTP. And here this why we are going to use this data warehouse architecture, because it makes the process of accessing and retrieving data simple. It makes the process, that means we can access and we can retrieve the data simply, and it also makes the task of updating and adding data much easier. We can update the data easily, and we can also add new data to the existing data easily. Then in data warehouse, a common standardized repository of data is created. Means the data is extracted from different sources, which is in the form of different ways. That data is going to be transformed into a standardized repository form, means standardized unified form. That data is going to be created in this architecture, and it involves the use of various extraction, loading and transformation tools. Next in our class we are going to discuss about this extraction, loading and transformation. Then this architecture is divided into three types. What are they? Single layer architecture, two layer architecture and three layer architecture. Divided into three types of architectures: single layer, two layer and three layer architecture. Then coming to classification of data warehouse architecture. Classification of data warehouse architecture. First one is single layer architecture. In this we are going to have only one layer, that is source layer, or we can call it as a data warehouse layer. What it is? We can call it as a source layer or data warehouse layer. And here the data is organized as large volumes of data. Means suppose in an organization, if it has a large volume of transactional data and decisions has to be taken in real time, decisions has to be taken on a real time basis, then this single layer architecture has to be used by these organizations. Getting? If an organization which is maintaining some large volume of data and decisions has to be taken on a real time basis, then this single layer architecture has to be used. For example, we can take the example of a hospital medical store which maintains its stock on a daily basis, and on the analysis of daily transactions. The order for fresh supply of stock of medicines is done on a real time basis. That means all the medicines has to be given to patients. Similarly, a new stock has to be updated regularly, and it maintains some large volume of data. Such type of organizations will maintain this single layer architecture. Next one is two layer architecture. This two layer architecture got two layers, in which we have the source layer and data warehouse layer. Source layer and data warehouse layer. And the source layer is used to collect data from various applications and data sources. This source layer is going to collect applications from various applications, or we can call it as a data sources. And since the data is different from different sources, the ETL operation is going to be performed on that data. And the second layer in the data warehouse layer, the second layer is the data warehouse layer, in which all the extracted, transformed and loaded data is going to be loaded into this data warehouse layer. After that, on this layer, the reporting tools and OLAP tools are going to be used in order to access data from this data warehouse layer. Getting in two layer architecture, we have two layers like source layer and data warehouse layer. In this, the data will be gathered or collected from different sources by the source layer, and after performing ETL operations, the data is going to be loaded into data warehouse layer. And whoever want to access the data from this data warehouse layer can access by using reporting tools and OLAP tools. Next one is three layer architecture. Next one is three layer architecture. In this, we have three layers like source layer, operational data layer and data warehouse layer. Similarly, in second two layer architecture, we have source layer and data warehouse layer. In this, a new layer is going to be added, that is operational data layer. In this source layer, it collects data from different sources and it transforms to the operational data layer, where the current data which has to be processed is going to be stored in operational data layer. And after performing ETL operations, that data is going to be stored in operational data layer, and whenever the data is requested to extract from data warehouse layer, that data is going to be provided by operational data layer. Immediate response time, this layer is more useful for accessing the data. Getting data warehouse layer, after performing ETL tools, it directly provides data warehouse layer or it provides through operational data layer, in which we have three layers. Three layer architecture. Understood? In addition to single layer architecture, two layer architecture and three layer architecture, we have central architecture, hub and spoke architecture, and then we have federal architecture. First one is central architecture. This is the single data model and centralized in nature. That means we have data in centralized form, centralized in nature, and this architecture is very complex and creates difficulty in building the warehouse. So this is very simple architecture but not in generally used. The next one is hub and spoke architecture. In this, you can see this diagram. Same, we have source layer, but we have a centralized data warehouse. This part is called as a hub, and these are all spokes. These are all spokes to this hub. Hub and spoke architecture. Hub means a centralized data warehouse where the data will be extracted, transformed and loaded into this data warehouse, and the data will be collected from the source layer and it performs ETL operations, and then it transforms the data to centralized data warehouse. After coming this data, the data is placed in data marts, and this data marts, through this data marts, the managers can access their related data from this data marts. And if any application want to access directly from data warehouse, they can also access from data warehouse. So this is example like functional managers and general managers. Here functional managers are going to access data from the data mart, whereas general manager is going to access the data from direct centralized data warehouse, which has hub and spokes. Getting? Okay. Next, last one is federal architecture. In this federal architecture, the data warehouse contains single databases. All the data is going to be stored as a single database, and it stores detailed data which ensures a faster response time. That means if the user want to access the data very fast, then this architecture is most useful when compared to other architectures. Hope you all understood about the architecture, data warehouse architectures. Thank you.